We're hitting up 3 states to eat 3 meals in just one day. I just checked Google Maps and we have 123 miles to go. Come along as we travel 450 miles.
You think we're gonna make the train?
I'm sure at this time.
To 2 of the biggest cities.
We made it to Times Square!
We're here.
In the Northeast.
City of Boston. 3 meals, 3 states in one day tour.
Starts right now.
It is 5 a.m. and we're going to New York City this morning to get a bagel. And then we're going to New Haven to eat pizza. And then we're going to Boston to get lobster and Boston cream pie. Let's go.
It is 5:30 in the morning and a balmy 31 degrees outside. Let's hit the road and head to New Haven. We'll be checking on Marley throughout the day, but for most of the time, she just sleeps. The first leg of our journey is complete. We have made it to Union Station. We are parking now, and we have 15 minutes to get our tickets. Oh my God. We're not gonna fit in that spot. We have 15 minutes to get our tickets and get on the train.
Pretty good. Just 2 one-way to Grand Central.
Here you are, thank you.
Thank you so much.
7 minutes to get to the train. We had no idea. It's been so long since we've been here. We had no idea how to get down to the trains, but we asked the guy again. He thinks we're a complete moron.
I've ridden a train once in my life.
And now we are heading out to the trains. We made it on the train with minutes to spare. Literally like 3 minutes to spare. There's nobody on here. So let's go to New York for a bagel!
We got off the train right before 9 and headed into Grand Central Station. I forgot how absolutely beautiful it was in here.
We could literally just stop and get a bagel right here and then get right back on the train. Okay, now we're going to a place called Zucker's Bagels. It's apparently the place you gotta go if you want a bagel in New York City. It says it's about 0.6 miles from the train station. So we're getting out at 42nd Street right now in Vanderbilt, and we'll see how long it takes us to walk there. Now it's still pretty early here. It's not even 9 o'clock, so the streets aren't that busy. I mean, they're much busier than where we live, where people don't even really walk in the streets. So it's a hustle and bustle for sure. We were so tired on the train, but I gotta say, the second I got off the train, I feel the jolt of energy.
Zucker's Bagels has been around since 2006. They say they make bagels the real way, hand-rolled and kettle-boiled. Their menu had so many options, from just regular bagels to different kinds of cream cheese smears, sandwiches, smoked fish. I mean, you name it, they had it.
I really just want to try bagel and lox for the first time ever.
Okay, here's my bagel and lox, classic, and John went with the bacon, egg, and cheese.
How is it?
It's delicious.
Good. This is right up my alley. This is John's first chai tea.
Tastes like Christmas.
This really is the best bagel I've ever had, hands down. It lives up to the hype.
So if you're looking for a quick bagel spot with quality food close to Grand Central Station, awesome bagel sandwiches, Zucker's Bagels is the place you need to stop when you're in NYC.
Alright, so we just got filled up. Bagels, chai tea. Heading up to 7th Street or Ave, I have no idea. We're gonna take a right. We're gonna go to Times Square. Possibly go to Central Park.
Let's see how much we can cram in before we have to head back to New Haven for pizza. Okay, now if you're wondering why we have to stay on such a tight schedule, it is because we have our senior dog Marley at home. She can really only be alone for maybe 7-8 hours at a time, and since this is a 12+ hour day, we need to make sure we get back around 2 or 3, hopefully before then. to let her out and give her her snack and let her go potties. But we're on schedule right now, and luckily we have really long legs, so we're just zooming through this city trying to get to Times Square. We made it to Times Square!
We're here.
What we're loving about being in Times Square is that probably 99% of these people are tourists. Because like there's no other reason you would need to come here if you weren't a tourist. But when in New York, right? We have literally 60 minutes to see Central Park and get back to the train station for the 11:02 train. We are walking so fast, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it. We made it to Central Park. We have 50 minutes to get back to the train station. It's so cool to be in Central Park because they're more south. It's more south than where we live. So we're really seeing the signs of spring here. Like the leaves on our trees have just started budding. And here, as you can see, they're all starting to bloom. It's beautiful. We are making our way back to the Grand Central. About a mile walk, and we have less than 45 minutes to do it. I think we're gonna make the train. The problem is I keep stopping every 3 seconds to take another video or picture of something awesome that we see. But you think we're gonna make the train?
Unsure at this time.
We had less than 30 minutes at this point, so we really kicked it into high gear. Here's a few things we saw along the way, a bunch of designer stores that we'll never be able to afford anything in, but it was still super fun to see on the streets of New York City.
Because New York City is a grid, John, more so, is navigating us, zigzagging, whichever way the walkway is green, so we can just keep walking to get to the station. So we're going left.
And with about 15 minutes to spare, we made it to Grand Central Station.
Actually ended up coming in the door right where our train got off when we got here, which is so convenient. We have enough time to use the bathroom and then head to our track. We made it back on the train. There were barely any seats, 2 seats together. So we made it to the last car. We're on the train, we're going back. We did it.
But this was only phase 1 of our 3-phase challenge. We now had to head back to New Haven, eat pizza, check on Marley, who's still snoozing, and then get in the car and head to Boston.
Just got off the train. It was right on time. It's around 1 o'clock. Pepe's is only 0.3 miles from the New Haven train station. So we're gonna jet over there, grab a quick slice of pizza, head home to let Marley out, and then head to Boston. Last time we came here, we had to wait like 45 minutes in line. It wrapped all the way around this building, and there's no line today. The universe is working with us. Okay, we're leaving Pepe's now. We're heading home to let Marley out, and then we're heading to Boston.
At this point, we'd been up for about 7 hours, so we were a little tired, but with the food in our belly, we felt refueled and ready to make our next trip of the journey all the way up to Boston. But first, like I said, we had to stop home and let our little lady out to go potties.
Come on, sweetie. Get your snack first. You want your snack first.
And no surprise, she did want her snack first. She always wants her snack first. There's nothing in this world that comes before this dog and her snack.
Come on. Come on. Come on, go outside. Go. Go potties.
And with her bladder empty and her belly full, Marley was ready to take her second long nap of the day, and we were ready to head up to Boston.
I just checked Google Maps and we have 123 miles to go to Boston. We have been up now for almost 12 hours and I think we can say we've traveled, how many miles do you think we've traveled so far? I'm gonna look that up.
The drive to Boston actually wasn't that bad. It took us exactly 2 hours and we hit some expected traffic right outside the city limits.
We're so close but so far. Okay, we are a mile and a half from Quincy Market and we cannot wait to get out of this truck. But oh my god, it's taking eternity to get there. And now we're going in an underground tunnel. We're under the city right now. We are in the tunnel.
And as soon as we got out of the tunnel, we were able to find parking and boom, we were in Boston.
It's starting to go down. It has been a really long day and I just can't believe how alive the streets of Boston are.
This is insane.
We headed inside Quincy Market, also known as Faneuil Hall. This place is famous for hosting more than 100 restaurants and shops inside. It's also where we were going to get our third meal in our third state, a hot buttered lobster roll.
Our honest review of the lobster roll. We're from New England. I would give this a 3 out of 10 for the lobster roll. Sorry, Boston.
There's garlic on it. No one puts garlic on lobster.
No, just butter and lobster meat. That's it. But the clam chowder is bomb.
After the lobster roll, we of course had to get the dessert Boston is best known for.
The Boston cream pie was delicious, but like world famous, I don't know.
And while the food left us unimpressed, the rest of Boston blew us away. We absolutely loved the vibe, the energy. It was a poppin' city. We even saw a pilgrim. To burn off all the food we'd eaten today, we decided to take a walk down by the water and check out more of what Boston has to offer. And then we found this
Little hidden gem. Those are beehives in the middle of Boston.
And even though we were more north than New York City and Connecticut, spring was in full bloom here in Boston, and I gotta tell you, it was lovely. The sun was starting to set, so we thought it would be a good idea to head out before dark, but as we turned a corner, we stumbled upon the most incredible farmers market I had ever seen.
This is like the biggest farmers market I've ever been to. They were pretty big in Florida, but I have never seen one this big. It is like blocks and blocks and blocks of just fresh produce, tons of people. It's awesome. Farmers market is back here, and then you just come down this little side street and you're back right by Faneuil Hall. It's crazy.
And as if we hadn't eaten enough, we decided to end the day with a scoop of ice cream.
I decided against Ben & Jerry's because we saw a sign that said Boston Scoops, and since we want to like stay with the local vibe, we're gonna go there instead. Left Ben & Jerry's to come somewhere local, and they're serving Ben & Jerry's ice cream. What the hell? Duped. We want to hit the road before it gets dark, so I think we're gonna peace out of Beantown. Is that what they call it?
Peace out, Beantown.
Peace out, Beantown.
See ya.
There's our truck. Okay, so that concludes our day of 3 meals, 3 states, 1 day, New York City, New Haven, Boston, and now we're getting in the truck. We're going home to Marley.
Hi, Morals. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Did you make it all day?
If you want to come on more adventures with us, like and subscribe.
Now.